Hi everyone, I'm Leah from Bring in the Blankets, and I'm here to show you how to make a blanket just using your fingers, using finger loops. If I could do it, you could do it. It's super simple and easy. Just follow along. I'm using Bernette Blanket Extra. It's thick and it's really soft and it makes really nice blankets. You can choose any colors you want. You could do stripes, you could do solids. Here I'm going to make a stripe blanket. And you could just follow along with me. So you're going to start off with the end of your yarn. You're going to make a loop just like this, and then take your working yarn and pull it through your loop to make a knot. So now you have this little tail on the end, you have a loop with a knot, and you have your working yarn. I have a whole roll over here, so you can take a lot out of your working yarn so you have lots of yarn to work with. The first step after making your loop, you're going to take your working yarn and you're going to loop it through the first loop that you made. You're making a chain. I'm going to do a few so you can see. Take your working yarn and your second loop, and you're gonna push it through the back and pull it out the front. Kind of looks like a braid. Take your working yarn and your next loop, push it through the back, and now you have a chain of 4. And you're just gonna keep going, taking your working yarn, pushing it through the back of your loop and through the front. I'll do a few so you can see. If it's easier, you can put it down on either the couch or the bed or the floor or a table, whatever you're comfortable doing. So you're just gonna keep making a long chain that looks like a braid. And you're gonna make it as long as you want the width of your blanket to be. So I'm not going to make the blanket too wide because I don't want the tutorial to be too long and I don't want to bore you. So I'm going to keep looping through. That should be about enough to teach everyone. So now you have your chain. You have the width of the blanket is now done. You can see it's all nicely braided with a loop at the very end and your working yarn at the top. The next step is you want to start your second row. So you're actually gonna flip your chain upside down. So now your working yarn looks like it's coming out of the top. Your loop's still at the right-hand side, but now you have your working yarn on top of your chain. So this is actually the hardest part of the entire blanket. So you have your braid. In the middle of your braid, you're going to find the middle section. It kind of feels like a bump. You want to skip the first one, otherwise the end of your blanket is going to become too tight. So you have your last loop, then you're going to skip over your working yarn. You'll find a bump. You're going to skip the first one and go to your second one. It's in the middle of the top and the bottom. So you're going to take your working yarn and you're going to push it through that bump, creating a second row. So now you have your chain and you have a loop right above it. The end loop that you ended your chain with is actually going to be part of the second row as well. So you're going to take your chain or your working yarn and you're going to go to the next bump and you're going to push it through. I usually make my loops about 1 inch or so. You could make them as big or as small that you would like. Make sure you don't make your chain too tight, otherwise it's gonna be really hard to find the bumps. So again, you have kind of a braid. You're gonna take the middle section. You can grab it with your fingers, and with your other hand, take your working yarn, and you're gonna push it through and pull up. So now you have 4 loops. Go to the next. Sometimes they're hard to find. That's why I said this is the hardest part of the entire blanket. Push it through and pull up. Oh, I actually think I messed up that one. Sometimes it happens. They're hard to find. Push it through and pull up. Keep going. Push it through and pull up. Push it through and pull up. You're just gonna keep going, pinching the middle bump. Whoops, pinch the middle bump and pull up. Try to keep it on a flat surface so that the back of it stays up. Otherwise it tends to spin and you might get a twisted braid at the end. Keep pulling. Okay, so now you have your first completed row. You have all of your loops that you've looped into the chain. It's really easy to start a new row. All you're going to do is go to the last loop that you made right over here. You're going to take your working yarn and you're simply going to put another loop into the last loop that you made. Put your working yarn up in the front so you have yarn to work with, and you're going to simply go to the second loop. You're going to take your working yarn, push it through the back, up through the front, and now you have 2 loops in your second row. So you're just going to keep going across using your working yarn into the next loops until you finish your entire row. And this will be the second row. I don't typically count the chain as the first row. And you're just going to keep going across. Taking your working yarn, pushing it through the back of your loop and pulling it up. Now again, it's definitely easier to do on a flat surface so you don't miss any loops. You can see exactly where the next one is and it keeps it nice and flat. Keep on going until you're done with the next row. Remember to keep your loops the same height, about an inch or so. If you make the loops too large, then the blanket will be very loose, which if you like a blanket like that, you can definitely do, or you can make them tighter. So now the second row is done. Again, to make your next row, you're going to take the very last loop that you made, take your working yarn, and make your third row right out of the last loop. And then we'll go across the other way. Now it definitely takes some time to make the blankets. It is very time consuming, but once you get the hang of it, you can do it while you're watching TV. You barely even have to look while you're doing it. And you're not using the crocheted needles. You could really do this anywhere you'd like. I've done it sitting outside at the park. I've brought my yarn to friends' houses, and I'll do it while I'm watching TV. So now you have 3 perfect rows. I'm gonna make one more row, and then I'm gonna show you how easy it is to change colors so you can make a striped blanket. Okay, so now I have 4 perfect rows in this beautiful pale pink. And I'm going to show you how to add on another color. This is the same way that if you end an entire ball of yarn and you need to add another pale pink to it, you'll do this the same way. It might be in the middle of one of your sections, but this yarn is so soft. The knots are really easy to hide. So when I'm adding another color, I always add it to the end. So I'm going to take my working yarn and the new color, and I'm actually just gonna tie it around. Make a really strong knot, and you want it to be as close to your loop as possible so you don't really see the knot in the front of your blanket. Make it really tight. And grab some scissors, that would be good to have. You'll cut off the excess white and you'll cut off the color you started with. So I'm going to cut off the pink. And now I have white. So I'm going to go ahead and go on my last loop and start a whole new row. And it is so easy. It looks seamless. And you'll want to go all the way across with your new color. And this is where you can get really creative. So I made 4 pink loops. You can do 2 if you want. You can make them even. You can double it, and maybe if you want the white to stand out a little more, you can do 8 loops. So the pink is half the width of the white. It's totally up to you. So you're just gonna go through and finish the whole row with the white, adding the white to the pink until you get to the very end. So now you have 4 pink loops and 1 white. And now you're gonna go to the very end with your white and add another row. And keep doing this until you get all the way to the end and add as many rows as you would like. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to finish the blanket. So I only made 4 rows. I'm not going to make a very long blanket. I just wanted to make enough rows so you can see what it looks like when there are stripes. So we have 4 pink stripes, then 4 white, then 4 pink, then 4 white. So once you're finished and you have made the blanket as long as you would like, you're going to have your last row with all of your loops at the top and your working yarn as well. So using your fingers, it's kind of easier if you hold the blanket upright. Now you're gonna be looking at the back, but it should be easy enough to follow along. You're going to stick your pointer finger through the very last loop, and you're also going to take the second loop as well on your same finger. You're going to take your working yarn and you're going to push it through those 2 loops at the same time, making another loop through those 2. So now you just made that loop. You're going to stick your pointer finger through that loop you just made, take your second loop that's right next to it, put your pointer finger through that one as well. So now you have the end loop on your pointer finger as well as the second loop in the line. Take your working yarn and push it through the back of those 2 loops, creating another loop. Put your pointer finger through the loop you just made, go to the second one in the row, put your pointer finger through that one as well, and pull your working yarn through it. Once you start making your loops and pulling the working yarn through, you'll notice that you're actually making a braid that looks very similar to the braid that you made at the bottom with your chain. Put your pointer finger through the loop, and then you're gonna push it through the second loop and take your working yarn and pull it through. And you're just going to keep going until all of your loops are done. And it's created this beautiful braid that kind of bumps out, and it will match the one at the very bottom that you first made with your chain. So keep going. You're going to take 2 loops at once and pull your working yarn through, just like you've been doing the entire blanket. 2 loops, pull your working yarn through. So now you have the braid, so your blanket will not come apart. The blanket is machine washable. I have a blanket that I wash on a weekly basis because I use it every night. It's so comfy. Wash it in cold water so the colors don't bleed and so it doesn't shrink. And then you can dry it however you would like. I usually wash it on a normal temperature, but the cold water really helps it so the colors don't bleed and it doesn't shrink. So keep going. You've created this beautiful bumped out braid. Take 2 loops at once and pull your working yarn through. And you're just going to keep going, a few left. So again, this is called Bernat Blanket Extra. They have an even smaller yarn that you would have to use the crocheted needles with. And then they have an even bigger one called Big, but that one is hard to find in stores. The Bernat blanket yarn I usually buy at either Joann Fabrics or Michaels, and it's about $10 or so for each ball of yarn. Again, I'm on the very last loop, so I have 2 loops around my pointer finger. I'm gonna push my working yarn through, and I'm actually gonna make the end loop a lot bigger so I can knot it. So I'm gonna make a really tight knot at the end, cut off the extra yarn, and now I have this loop. I tend to cut this and tie it nice and tight. So now the end of the blanket is done. Gonna cut off the excess. And then you had your little tail that you first started with. I'm going to make another knot at the very end, just so it's really secure. Make it nice and tight and cut off the extra yarn. And now you have a very small blanket, but hopefully the tutorial was long enough so you can see how you can make an even larger one. So at the bottom, you have your braided chain that you first made. And then at the top, you have your braid that you will end with. Now I have a much larger blanket over here that I have made. As you can see, there are 3 colors. This is vintage white, vapor gray, and indigo, which is also navy. And it is really, really large. It took me hours to make, but it's so cozy, it's so comfortable. And you can use really any colors, make any pattern you want. Again, my name is Leah from Brig and the Blankets, and I hope you enjoyed my blanket tutorial. Thank you.